Day 104. Judgment Day. Here we are. Freeburg Tribune. Women's clinic requires mayor's protection from pro-life activists. Study. Drunk people are more attractive. Golden Bird. And the fact. Freeburg's #1 paper. Reclusive millionaire bequeathed fortune to the city. We've gone down in favour at City Hall, but we're still holding strong with mafia and the police. A watch pot never boils. Okay, the inquiry. Mr. Boyd, why did you send the police to a small business protest? For public safety. We could have been armed men among the protesters. Absolutely, there could have been. Do you think that this peaceful demonstration put people's safety at risk? It's possible. In such situations, it's always better to be safe than suffer the consequences. Absolutely it is. Are you or your family personally involved in any kind of business? Are you or your family personally involved in any kind of business? I guess no. We've always been simple hard workers, never climbed the ladder. Did you have some kind of interest in suppressing the protest? Well, we'd keep the city hall on. For me, the police chief, it's always better if everything goes nice and smoothly and without trouble. Mr. Boyd, did you give the order to suppress the protest by force? See, I'm going to take responsibility here. I gave the order. Let's just stand up for that. Day 105. We've been fired. Who knows? Dean at Chinatown dormitory overcrowded. City Hall cuts Broadvale asylum funding. And man in the open field frightened to death by scarecrow. Brilliant headline. That looks all good. Okay, formal complaint. You are being found guilty of serious abuse of powers. The city requires that your salary be reduced by 90%. 90% of my $37. Really? You want to take... Oh, good God. Further, we have reason to believe that overstaffing the police department is contributing to the increased number of service violations. So the number of employees under your command will be cut by 50%. What? Oh... Can we replace these? No? Ah.
Night testing in progress.
Oh, thank God we've still got Weaver. So we've lost all our detectives on shift A. We've lost Prada Vella, Sanu. Well, he was not much cop, to be honest with you. And Franco. We've lost Revek, Tar, Newbury, Ellis, McSpankley. Actually, we've lost some of our crap cops, which is... it's not the end of the world, is it? Actually, thinking about it. That could have been a lot worse. So we've got Weaver, so we've got one detective. Is that what we're saying? Wow. Yeah, we've got one detective, and we've got 3 detectives available. Well, Kenneth Wise, you're on B team. Wow, what's the Weaver on? Weaver's on, so we've got 1 on each. So Helen Bowling, you can go on to B team. George Carson go on to A team. So we've got 2 male-female detective lineups there, which is pretty good. Shift A, we've got Fishback, Kojak, Hoskins, Glass, Drake, and Anderson, which is in fact 6 officers. And on B, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so A needs Alyssa. You're going to A. We've got 7 apiece now. Normaz, go to A. Carmen, go to B. Munn, go to B. Good. Okay, we're still going to be short, but that is a little bit better than we were. City Hall. Request for the City Hall. Well, they've just denied our officer slot. Let's ask for a raise. We need a laugh, innit? 8 grand. Let's share half of that with the police. They're insecure with the job being scraped out at the moment. Franco is Franco. These are going okay. Heavily armed gunmen attacked the armoured truck. Several witnesses heard an explosion and saw robbers carrying the machine. Right, we might as well send the guys who have been fired. I know that sounds awful, but they're going anyway, so we might not... You know, if they get shot, it doesn't really matter. That's so cruel, isn't it? That's such a heartless and cold thing to say, but you know what I mean. I'm thinking about trying to beat the game now. The gang of masked men with armed automatic weapons entered the bank. They fired a few shots into the air and demanded that the manager open the vault. While everyone else lay nervously silenced on the floor, one of the guards drew his service weapon, but he didn't have a chance. A rubber shot him in the stomach. Right, we're going to send the top guy. Oh, damn, we've sent the... okay, we're gonna bump it up with some officers. What a start to the day. Goodness me. Assault at Ice Prince Cafe. Joe's Sug called to the station and muttered that sad story through streaming tears. I was just trying to get to know a pretty girl and I gave her the coolest compliment in the world, but she just went crazy and beat me so bad that mangled me. Ruined a perfectly... Okay. Drake, take Anderson on their first job.
Officer on scene.
The robbery, the city truck. Alright, the armoured truck is laying on its side, smoke rising from it. Nearby is a black jeep with no plates, which two robbers are loading with money. Drop your weapons, you are surrounded. Ram the jeep with a patrol car. Send bullets through the jeep's front wheel. Let's send bullets through the front wheel. The robbers fire as they retreat down the alley. Throw a grenade towards the cops. Fall to the ground. It turned out to be a smoke grenade. Damn! Meanwhile, the criminals have jumped into the road, jacked an old pickup truck, and they are trying to get away. Open fire on them. Return to the poll case. Open fire on them. Prodo, Velo, Franco, SWAT. Oh, good job. Good job. And you found some money. We'll ask the mafia to sell the money, seeing if it's possible to sell money. I guess they mean launder the money.
I was trying to raise TN1, Sergeant Hotspot.
You want some backup. We don't have any, I'm afraid. Armed robbery report. Fishback, Kojak, Hoskins, Class, Paddy Wagon. You didn't need backup. You were Team Awesome. And you got some automatic weapons. Holy mackerel. We'll sell them as well. We need the money.
311 in progress.
Massive fights. There's no one back, so hang on. Let's give that a few seconds just to work its way through the system. Oh, let's make sure we've got everyone on here. There we go.
412A.
Assault report. The guy offered the girl a quickie, and she merely slapped him across the face. Oh, okay. Quite rightly too. Right, about 24 scientists who recently lost their jobs decided to stage a protest march to the city centre. The participants marched peacefully along the side of the road, but when some religious fanatics came out and started throwing stones at them, tearing their clothes and generally humiliating them, a massive brawl broke out and several people are already injured. Paddy Wagon, Franco, we'll send the fired boys. Oh, there you go.
412A in progress.
Oh! It's all kicking off. Atticus Tower. A call came in to the secretary of the rapist. Sorry, the therapist. That is a huge slur on his character, Alan Graham. She reports that Dr. Graham was attacked by a patient during an otherwise normal session. The patient pinned him down on the floor and was slapping him in the face. He forgot the safe word. Anyway, I'm afraid the doctor might have an asthma attack, said the frightened secretary. Right. Okay, that's good. Well, it's not good, but we're going to wait for some cops to come back.
1411 in progress.
Right. Keller, Anderson, that's something for you. Meng Cheng, superb. Sorry, suburb. Goodness me. Joe Boyd, a common acquaintance, told me that you're a reasonable man you can rely upon for help. I need to load 4 luxury cars at the port, and to be quite frank, they're stolen. Last time my boys got picked up, very big players, and didn't get this shipment. The time has got as smoothly as possible. Cops in the driver's seat would help that happen. So he's got a Ferrari, he's got a Roller, he's got a Jag. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. Do we want to start shipping stolen cars? Probably not, is the answer. Abuse of emergency services. Once again, retiree Yang Hu complained that the local residence is preparing its dishes incorrectly. They don't advertise their proportions and mix up their ingredients. We warned her a dozen times and isn't pleased matter, but she keeps calling and bothering our personnel. Hoskins, Kojak, go and crack a skull. Massive fight. We'll send fish back. Oh.
712 in progress.
And abduction. We got no officers free currently. They are all attending sites and scenes. Drake, Anderson, offender court, officers unharmed, civilians unharmed. Good job, guys. Look, Anderson is absolutely flying on her first. Look at this. Well, she's only got one successful assignment, but she's been on several calls. It's all kicking off today. Hoskins and Kojak, abuse emergency services, offender court, officers unharmed. Good stuff. Massive fight. Offender court, officers unharmed, civilians unharmed. Well done, guys. Well done. Franco has made it up to average cop before he gets sacked. That's great news. Abduction. We don't have anybody, sorry.
712 complete.
Abduction report. The man turns out to be the girl's adopted father. Good, that was a false alarm. Thank heavens for that. That was a lucky break. All the cops will be back in a second. There we go. Massive fight at St. John's Hospital. There's always massive fights. Some guy tried to sneak into the doctor's office without waiting his turn. A few people who were in the waiting room line decided to punish the bastard, and a fight started. Paddy Wagon, Franco, get all the sack boys, and class goes well. Goodness me, what a day. These guys are certainly earning their pay this week, before they sadly leave.
215 in progress.
Mass riot. What is it with these fights? What is going on? You're going to have to wait, Mass Riot, because our paddy wagon's out.
We've got a
There are men and women fighting along a narrow hallway, and they're starting to pick up chairs. Lower the chairs! Could I see the doctor second? Need him to ask him something. Grab the loudest person in the crowd and arrest them. Lower the chairs.
311 complete.
Offender court, officers unharmed, civilians unharmed. Well done. Well done, everyone. Come back, Paddy Wagon. We need you. Paddy Wagon's not going to be back in time.
1010 in progress.
Damn. Right, we're just going to have to send the numbers. We've got an explosion at the apartment house. Okay, we're going to wait for some cops to return. Doop-a-doop-doop-doo. Boop. Good. Smoke is rising from an apartment building and the residents are running out onto the street. Some are saying that a suspicious foreigner living in the apartments that the explosion came from. Okay, Fishback, take Prado. Okay, take Bella, take Franco. Oh, it's midnight. Child molestation. Ah! Okay. So, we know he came with his mother. He took me into his office and told me to read Sermon on the Mount. Took him to the office, read Sermon on the Mount. He then undid my top button on my shirt. I didn't like that, but he said nothing. He pulled out his camera. And then he began unbuckling his belt. Got him. We haven't got any cops, so damn! We need some cops back. It was instant. Drake, Anderson, Hoskins, Kojak, great stuff. Get back. We need to go and arrest this priest. Right, do we reckon he'll be at the... Oh, Tar's being fired. The priest is being interested in contemporary art, or do we think he's more likely to be at the... I think the cathedral's got to be the #1 choice, isn't it?
Officer on scene.
Explosion apartment house. The apartment is filled with smoke and the walls covered in soot. The centre of the room stands a man with a dirty white coat. Around him are scattered odd pieces of complicated device. Seeing the police, he begins to explain incoherently. He's almost finished his work on the Exile of Youth. Elixir of Youth, and he needs just a little more time. Oh, that sounds important. We need to help with the Freeburg police. Let's ask him if he needs the help with the Freeburg police.
1010.
Oh, great stuff. That's the way. Offender court, officers unharmed, civilians unharmed. Great stuff. Get back. No, the end of day. We're going to have to do that tomorrow. Oh, goodness me. So we're going to try and arrest the dodgy priest next time. Good stuff. Sadly, Tar will be sacked by then. So we may not have anyone to follow that, but we'll send the cops regardless. So we'll leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching. Another tough day where the game decides to rip out half our force, which is not a surprise, really. That's how the game rolls. But we're going to roll with it. We still got Weaver. We still got Fishback. And we still got Percy on the other shift as well. So that's all good. We're losing some of the... Oh, Prado's going to be quite a loss. Vela too. We still got Kojak. We still got our mole, so things aren't too bad after all. We're going to leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this, and join me next time for more Freeburg Police Department action in This Is the Police.